I'll take this cone and put it there. Lakeside Raceway, my favorite place in Queensland. This is the legendary Lakeside Raceway. It is the highest average speed track in Australia, and we're running a track day out here. We actually run quite a few out here. We really enjoy coming out here. So I'm just cruising around the track now, putting out some cones, because we've got a training group that we run as well. In the training group we teach them lines and all that kind of stuff. I'm also sitting in the Evo, which is the car that we'll be testing out today. So there it is. Tires are on, brakes are done, and we're ready to go out onto Lakeside Raceway and see what we can do. I don't know what to expect time-wise. I have an idea of what I want to achieve. I just want to get as close as possible to Evil 86, and if we can, that'll be good. So what we do is we put these cones out all over the track during our training, and they show things like the apexes, exits, turning points, all those things. And then in between that, we'll be taking this car out and we will be seeing how fast we can go with it. There has been a bit of resistance on this car with individuals who know me and know our racing. One of the things they keep complaining about is how many electronics there are on the car, and the fact that you can make mistakes on a car like this and get away with it. And as much as I understand all that kind of stuff, when we get into production touring racing, the car has to be fairly stock. So having a car with this much technology, this much power and everything out of factory is the reason why we've gone for the Evo. And we believe that the Evo can be even faster in the hands of the right driver. We're not going to just rely on the electronics saving our ass. We're actually going to drive the car and make sure we can get some decent times out of it. Lakeside Raceway is really cool. The reason why it's such a dangerous track is if you look over here, that's our runoff. Coming down here, most people are over 200 k's an hour onto the brakes, and all we've got is a bit of tires and then a massive tire wall over there. Then on the inside of the track, big concrete wall. Now it's probably only about 6, maybe 7 car lengths from there to the wall, and probably only about 4 from there to there. The biggest runoff on this track is up at the end of turn 1 over there, but if you come off that part there with no brakes, you're not going to save it. They don't run a lot of racing out here anymore because of noise complaints by neighbors, which is just the same old story as we get all over the world. We experience it in so many different places. We had those issues in South Africa, have it in Australia, have it in America, have it everywhere. Everyone's complaining about noises. It's just something we have to deal with and hopefully keep everybody happy. Over the back over there, you'll see a bunch of track. That's the driver training circuit, and that's where we run our wet drifting, our high performance, and our carnicross days. Oops. Sorry, Anthony. So another infamous section of this track, so you're coming up hungry, you've survived that corner over there, which is dangerous. If you come out of there and you get sideways and you head up onto this side of the track, this grass section over here, it's all downhill straight into a tire bank, and then there's an Armco behind it as well. This is an old track, so safety standards were a bit different, and as you can see, this banked off grass area runs all the way up. If we look over here, we can see someone's tires have literally gone straight into the wall. For anybody who doubts that there's double white lines on a racetrack, look at that, double white lines. Lakeside does have a rule that you're not allowed to cross these. Basically they act as a wall. The reason for it is that they don't want you close to the grass, which is extremely close to this tire barrier and a concrete barrier just behind it. And as you can see, it actually closes in on the track as well. So if you're coming out and you run wide, you're not going to have a good day. Quick hello to Anthony over there who's signing people in. Here's Anthony, he delivered the car because he took it back. Anthony, tell us, what happened to the WRX, buddy?
For the amount of kilometers, like the kilometers that engine's got on, it's just whoever owned it beforehand, they've just done too much themselves and they've just done it ham-fistedly, unfortunately. It's a good car though, I love the little hatchback chassis, it's fantastic.
In fact, he actually still wants to get one. His Evo is really clean, despite the fact that it's got the faded paint on it. It actually is a really well looked after car. We had it up on the hoist and had everything looked at. It's excellent. So instead of doing the swap, we've agreed upon a price. And as long as the car delivers today, we'll make that decision next week and decide if we're going to go drive it. So I'm going to let Anthony carry on signing people in. I'm going to go strap up some cameras to this and data, and we'll get started on the day. Coming down the straight, you're on the outside here. We've just passed the turn-in cone. Generally, you don't do much in this corner apart from maybe a lift off if you need to. And then you make your way over to the inside of the kink. Is a bit bumpy through here. You need to trust that your car is going to be able to soak up the bumps. And then you make your way out just to the middle of the track. You'll be doing close to 200 k's an hour, if not more, in this section. And then braking, depending on where what car you've got, brake, 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 brake. And then ideally down change and the trail braking into this corner so that you can carry the speed. And by the point you get to the apex, you should be off the brakes and onto the accelerator, just slowly bringing the acceleration on to the outside of the track where you see that cone over there. Little lift off the accelerator, dial in more turn, then get onto the accelerator, slowly building up the power as you come up through the second part of the first corner. Off camera over here to the outside of the track, and then staying on the left hand side a little bit. You can move in a little bit just to straighten out this corner a bit, going up through this left hander, keeping right of the bus stop. And then ideally what you want to do is try and straight line it all the way through here. So nice through the middle of the track, aiming for that cone that's outside over there. Depending on the speed you got, either brake or lift off, turn in, aim for the inner cone over there. You'll see extended track through that section, staying on the inside. Then make your way out to the middle of the track. Don't follow the road. Try and straight line it through the section over here. As you come through here, in our track days, you'll see the cone just over the crest. And that's kind of where you want to be on the inside of the track. Try to stay off the ripple strips unless you're comfortable with it. Straight down this hill, you'll be doing pretty high speed. Hard on the brakes when you straighten the car up. Aiming towards that cone over there. You want to lift off the brakes, turn in, and then you want to aim to the cone that's on the outer edge of this apex, this ripple strip. Start straightening your wheel as you come up over the off-camber section. Staying on the inside of the track, on the brakes, hard, because you will have a lot of speed. Then aim for that inner apex first over there. Then make your way out a little bit to the middle of the track, and then aiming for the second apex just over there by the ripple strip. And then driving hard down this track over here. Make sure you don't get on the power too early because it can understeer or oversteer through this section. To the outside of the track, this is the dangerous section, accelerating hard. Now again, depending on the power and speed you got, you might brake or just a lift off over here. Turn in, aim for that cone over there, then get on the accelerator nice and early and make your way to the outside of the track. So you've come out of this corner, stayed on the inside of these lines, avoided obviously all the tires. And then you want to slowly make your way over to the right hand side of the track where you'll get ready to turn left through the kink. And that's a lap of Lakeside.
Hey, when are you getting the new number plates for this, computer?
So unfortunately the rain has come down, but before it dried up, we can see that we're already at 60.5 without even a run onto the straight. Once we get a bit of dry, I think we're on a sub 60 car already, and this is still in full street spec. The NS2R tires, so they're not even our race tires. Pretty happy with it so far, but unfortunately the rain means we can't actually go really fast today. So we'll just carry on driving a bit in the rain and see how it goes.
Here we have Dylan in the newly found skid control Christmas tree on wheels. Has the red paint, or somewhat red paint, the green wheels, the gold wing. All it needs is some Christmas lights in the vent. The 404 is for the era that is driving it. He bought it with a pre-damaged front bar, so Trent is allowed to drive it.
drive slower now.
It's not
Hey,
right
mate.
if you don't say no. Have you got any?
Not the most successful Lakeside day we've ever had. It turned out to be a really wet and slippery one, and even though the rain has stopped for a while, the track is still slippery. So we didn't manage to go very fast. However, when I was doing the first group training and there was a dry session, the last lap when they're showing the flag, I gave it a full boot. It was still dry, and before we pulled off into the pit lane, the car registered at doing a 60.5. Now that's before even flattening it through the kink.
And 4 to pit lane. Group 3 and 4 lane. Group and 4 to pit lane. Group 3 and 4 to pit lane.
Are you done? So I haven't even gone through the kink.
Sorry, get each other record.
Dylan, remember, fire Anthony. So we haven't even got flat through the kink yet, and obviously didn't get to boost it down there, didn't even flat foot it up underneath the bridge. There's so many things that were missing from that lap, and yet we were still registering a 60.5. So this is a sub 60 car on those tires, which are street registered tires, full interior, spare wheels still in the boot, everything's still in there, amplifiers, sound system, everything is still in the car. So actually really impressed with that. Far exceeded my expectations. I expected maybe a 61, first time I've ever driven at Lakeside, so I fully expected a 61. Anthony's actually just offered me another drive at the next time attack round, which is on the 15th of June, so I might take him up on that one. He wasn't happy with the WRX though, so the deal's kind of changed, but he has given me a cash price on the car. I'm actually prepared to pay that price for the car. I mean, it is significantly cheaper than what they're normally selling for, so I think it's a good deal, and I think we're going to go ahead with the car. Going to sit on it for another week, make sure that there isn't something else that might be a little bit better, but as far as I can see at the moment, this car is faster than the 8.6 was around Lakeside in its full street trip at the moment. So very impressed with that. That's it from us at Lakeside. If you haven't already, check out our website at www.skidcontrol.com.au, facebook.com/skidcontrol, and Instagram/skid_control. Until next time, which will probably be Lakeside again, we'll see you there.
You said it wrong, mate.
Until next time. He probably couldn't hear you.
See you at the track.
Bring up the volume. Until next time,
We'll see you at the track.
it's like we're our Australian version of Hoonigan. That's a wrap!